Hare Krishna. The fact that you're listening to this, it's not a coincidence. Maybe it's Krishna guiding you toward inner clarity. To everyone hearing these sacred verses, Namaskaram, verse 1. Translation. Dhritarashtra said, "O Sanjaya, assembled at the holy land of Kurukshetra and eager for battle. What did my sons and the sons of Pandu do?" Explanation. A blind king asks not just about war, but reveals his own bias. My sons and Pandu's sons. It's the war of righteousness, dharma versus ego. Verse 2, translation. Sanjaya said, "O king, seeing the Pandava army arrayed in military formation, King Duryodhana approached his teacher Dronakarya and spoke the following words." Explanation. Duryodhana is anxious. Instead of confidence, he runs to his teacher. This reveals how fear speaks loudly, even in the arrogant. Verse 3. Translation. Behold, O teacher, this mighty army of the sons of Pandu, arrayed by the son of Drupada, your wise disciple. Explanation. Duryodhana tries to stir Drona's emotions, reminding him that Drupada's son, Drishtadyumna, is leading the army. He hopes old grudges will cloud the teacher's objectivity. Verse 4. Translation. Here in this army are heroic bowmen, equal in battle to Bhima and Arjuna, Yuyudhana, Virata, and the mighty chariot warrior, Drupada. Explanation. He's naming warriors to estimate power. But inside, Duryodhana is deeply concerned about the strength of the opposition. Saar, verse 5, translation. There are also mighty heroes like Drishtakatu, Chekitana, the valiant king of Kashi, Purujit, Kuntibhoja, and Shaibya, the best among men. Explanation. One by one, the names add weight. The army isn't just powerful, it's filled with purpose and devotion. Saar, verse 6. Translation. The courageous Yudamanyu, the brave Uttamojas, Abhimanyu, son of Subhadra, and the sons of Draupadi, all are great chariot warriors. Explanation. This is the youth and the next generation, sons of sacrifice, standing with Dharma. Duryodhana's list is now filled with awe. Farks, verse 7. Translation. But for your information, O best of the Brahmins, let me tell you about the distinguished leaders of my own army. Explanation. Now he compares, not because he's confident, but because he needs to reassure himself. Verse 8. Translation. You, Drona, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwatthama, Vikarna, and Bhurishrava, all are great warriors. Explanation. He lists the greatest names on his side. But notice, he still doesn't feel secure. The tone remains nervous. Nirchamt, verse 9. Translation. There are many other heroes also, ready to lay down their lives for me, all armed with various weapons and skilled in the art of war. Explanation. He speaks of sacrifice, but the tone reveals attachment. He's not a selfless leader, but a man desperate to hold control. Verse 10. Translation. Our army, protected by Bhishma, is unlimited, whereas theirs, protected by Bhima, is limited. Explanation. Duryodhana lies to himself. Calling his force unlimited is exaggeration, showing how ego distorts perception. Verse 11. Translation. All of you must now give full support to Grandfather Bhishma as you stand at your respective positions. Explanation. Despite Bhishma's greatness, Duryodhana pleads for everyone to guard him. Deep down, he knows Bhishma's heart isn't in this war. Verse 12. Translation. Then, to boost Duryodhana's morale, the great grandsire Bhishma roared like a lion and blew his conch loudly. Explanation. The sound wasn't just loud, it was reassurance. Bhishma knows this war is unjust, but still upholds duty. Verse 13, translation. Then suddenly, conches, kettle drums, tabors, trumpets, and horns were all sounded, and the combined sound was tumultuous. Explanation. The air is now thick with noise, not just the noise of instruments, but of ego, fear, and anticipation. War is no longer a thought, it's real. Stalkers, verse 14. Translation. Then Krishna and Arjuna, seated in a grand chariot drawn by white horses, blew their divine conches. Explanation. In the middle of chaos, two souls grounded in Dharma rise. Their conches aren't just instruments, they are symbols of righteousness answering the call. Kurukshetra, verse 15. Translation. Hrishikesha, Krishna, blew the conch named Panchajanya. Arjuna blew Devadatta, and Bhima, known for his powerful deeds, blew the great conch Poundra. Explanation. Each conch carries identity, energy, and intent. Krishna's calm divinity, Arjuna's courage, and Bhima's raw strength all enter the field. Verse 16. Translation. King Yudhishthira, son of Kunti, blew the conch named Ananta Vijaya. Nakula and Sahadeva blew Sugosha and Manipushpaka respectively. Explanation. The Pandava brothers, embodiments of Dharma, now declare their presence. It's not just about war, it's about the sacredness of standing for truth. Verse 17. Translation. The king of Kashi, a mighty archer, the great warrior Shikandi, Dhrishtadyumna, Virata, and the unconquerable Satyaki also blew their conches. Explanation. Each warrior, unique in their karma and journey, now becomes a vessel of cosmic will. The field is no longer just a battlefield. It's a spiritual ground. Durbanarshur, verse 18. Translation. Drupada, the sons of Draupadi, and the mighty armed Abhimanyu, son of Subhadra, blew their respective conches. Explanation. From elders to the youngest warriors like Abhimanyu, everyone stands in alignment with Dharma. The field echoes with the sound of purpose. Verse 19. Translation. The tremendous sound reverberated through the sky and the earth, piercing the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. Explanation. The Pandavas didn't fire arrows yet, but the moral weight of their unity was already shaking the Kauravas' hearts. Verse 20. Translation. At that moment, seeing the sons of Dhritarashtra in battle formation, Arjuna, whose chariot bore the Hanuman flag, picked up his bow and spoke to Krishna. Explanation. This is the inner moment of preparation. Before arrows fly, Arjuna seeks direction from his divine guide, Krishna. Even a warrior pauses for reflection. Verse 21 and 22. Translation. Arjuna said, "O Krishna, place my chariot between the two armies, so I may see those who desire to fight." Explanation. The seeker wants clarity, not just to fight, but to understand. Wisdom begins when we stop and observe without reaction. Verse 23. Translation. I want to see those assembled here, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. Explanation. Arjuna's words now carry judgment. He questions the motives of those supporting Dharma. The heart of Dharma is never blind obedience. Kurukshetra, verse 24 and 25. Translation. Sanjaya said, "O king," thus addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna placed the magnificent chariot between the two armies, in front of Bhishma, Drona, and all the kings, and said, "Behold these Kurus gathered here." Explanation. Krishna doesn't give answers, he gives perspective. Before the battle outside, he invites Arjuna to face the battlefield within. Verse 26. Translation. There Arjuna saw his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, fathers-in-law, and well-wishers in both armies. Explanation. Suddenly, the labels disappear and relationships appear. War is no longer abstract. It's deeply personal. The heart begins to tremble. Mercer, verse 27. Translation. Seeing all his kinsmen present, Arjuna, overwhelmed with compassion and sorrow, spoke the following words. Explanation. And this is the turning point. The mighty Arjuna, undefeated in war, now questions war itself. His strength gives way to emotion, not weakness, but awakening. If this touched your heart, stay connected. This was just the beginning. The coming chapters will take you deeper into the soul of the Gita, where Krishna doesn't just explain, he awakens. Whether you're in pain, in confusion, or in search, Bhagavad Gita has something for your soul. Join us in the next chapter. And remember, this is not mythology. This is your story unfolding. Hare Krishna